Hi, this is Dee with Critical Break. It is Tuesday, August 28th, 2017, and it is 4 o'clock p.m. And I have some very interesting things to share with everyone. A lot. This is going to be a lot of information for many of you. Many of you are going to leave this very disillusioned, but there's something at the end I'm going to remind you of. Let me preface the show with what I try to do most of the time, but I forget. um, the work I do here is for all religions, all races, all backgrounds, no matter what your beliefs are. They are my messages from Anon and Gabriel, and I'm sharing my experiences with them and my life. I'm documenting my journey in this realm we call planet Earth, Gaia. I call it the holodeck. You knew when you were a child of pure soul spirit before the trauma of this place that something was off. Something didn't feel right. You were told to stop daydreaming, told to stop asking why. This is part of the virus, wanting to keep you from remembering who and what you truly are. Beings created in the image of the Creator. You are junior creators. You are far more powerful than it was ever let be known. I'm here to remind you of that fact. It will help you stop feeding the virus. You must ask yourself while watching my material, could what she is saying possibly be true? Just entertain it, just for a moment. Please don't leave based on any preconceived notions or judgments based on your programming. Try to connect with that innocence, the true little kid inside of you before all the trauma when you're viewing this material. Anyway, fantastic Tuesday to all of you. I have so many things to share with you today, and your heads are going to be reeling, I promise. And that's good, because you need to know the truth. You need to know what's behind all the lies, and you need to know what this virus, one of the many facets of the virus, is what I'm going to be presenting to you today. So hold on to your hats. It may feel intense and a little, you're going to feel off balance by the time you get done watching this. But it's going to enlighten you beyond your wildest dreams about this holodeck and what is actually going on here. Because this problem that we have here, I call the virus, has been going on for eons. They're very good at what they do because they've been doing it a very long time. We need to get better at it. And the knowledge that you will take away from this will help stop it. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to check out the chat because we're going to hang out and yak today on top of the material I'm going to be presenting. I did not get a chance to really get timestamps down or anything, so bear with me because I'm going to be doing some share screens of other people's material. There's no reason for me to make new material when people have done perfectly excellent material ahead of me. No point in rehashing. So I'm going to point you in the direction of material that will help enlighten you. So anyway, I'm going to check and see how everybody's doing. Hey, hey, great to see you guys. Sir Tony, Footnote, Fancy, good to see you. Miss Nancy, hello. Miss Angel, hi. Miss Darla, it's great to see all of you. Let's see if there's anything in the chat I need to, any questions or anything. I know you guys are probably going, what is she doing? It's something I probably should have done already, is help you all understand the different facets of the virus. I've helped you understand some of it, as far as the virus is basically AKA evil. Okay. So, and I've kind of helped you all understand some of the levels that I deal with on an astral level and dimensional level. I've seen it in all its forms, all of its forms. So, let's see. I'll read the chat. We've all been programmed, especially during our educational system, going to school for at least 12 years. We had no choice. That's right. But the program actually begins the moment of birth. And actually, before that. It's an unending cycle, a trauma-based system that is in place here. And it's the virus that's got that going on, because the virus feeds from all that fun, negative energy that's created from the trauma. And we, as copies of the Creator, have a great deal of power that we're not aware of. And when we release negative energy, as in fear mostly, that feeds the virus. And I'm talking about all the fear-based emotions, hatred, anxiety, all that. It feeds, it really does. It feeds this virus. So I'm going to be enlightening you all to a fact that I haven't seen anybody else do what I'm doing right now, because nobody's been able to say who Q is, QAnon. I'm going to tell you who Q is, flat out, and prove it. So there's been a lot of conjecture. Oh, it's one of the Kennedys. There's been all kinds of conjecture about who Q is. And you ask yourself, how does Q have inside information? You'll understand why when I get done. Anyway, yes, we are all programmed from cradle to grave. And actually, you're mind wiped before you reincarnate on this planet. Just saying. So, yeah, and it's an unending cycle. Unending. This place was never intended to be that. And the virus feeds off of fracturing your soul, basically. And if you believe in the Creator and you believe in Adonai and Gabriel, or Jesus or anything that's pure and right in your life, you'll listen to this material. Because let me tell you something, the virus owns all the media, including your publishing houses. And I guarantee you something that I've known since I was a little kid. That virus has tampered with the ancient text, tampered with it. They own the publishing houses. People say, oh, nobody can tamper with the Bible. Bet me. So you're going to learn the strategy and the gameplay of the virus today. That way it can help you avoid succumbing, because here's the deal. Everybody's searching. Everybody is searching for a savior to come save us. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. This place has turned into an utter shithole. There's no other way to describe it. Hell on earth? Ring a bell? There's a reason. It's because you all don't remember who and what you really are. You are created in the image of your Lord. You are far, far, far more powerful than it was ever let be known. Some of the things you did naturally as a child, such as daydreaming, they told you to stop it, right? Why would they want you to stop that creativity and that process? Think about that for 2 seconds of your life. 2 seconds, stop and think about what it is that's going on here. This has been going on for eons, and I'm not joking. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the chat. Sorry. I don't mean to sound preachy, but it's a preachy moment. and Gabriel's not with me right now, only Adonai. Gabriel, we have a little bit of an emergency with a friend, and Gabriel left the moment I started to read the friend's post. So I imagine he is handling that right now. So sorry, I was a couple of minutes late because I was dealing with that. So anyway, let's see, what else have we got going on here? Indeed, I'm fortunate to mostly, let's see, be mostly deprogrammed, yeah. But I still have some left from childhood and some during my high school teen years, yeah, the trauma, ugh, right? It's releasing it, letting it go. Let that inner beautiful soul shine outward. The energy that you will all create when you realize what you really truly are. Okay. Hello, Sir Next. Great to see you. Hope I haven't missed anybody. Anyway, but you have a fear of public speaking. Yeah, that can be a tough one to get over. I don't have a fear of public speaking. It just hasn't, I was trained early on for public speaking, so it hasn't been a problem for me. But I can understand. One thing I have trouble with is being behind a camera and on video. And it's not because I'm shy. It's because I'm used to being behind the camera and not the subject of the camera's lens. So, but Gabriel and Ed and I convinced me I needed to be in front of the camera. It took them a good year to convince me to do these videos. So, Yes, sir. Next 222. Have you looked that up, by the way? I think you'll find some interesting things in that code. The angels are communicating with this planet. That's why people are getting repeating numbers. They're trying to communicate with all of you. Some of us got the hint. Is the best way to put that one. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start. I'm not going to be able to see the chat because I'm going to be focused on trying to present because I don't have timestamps saved up yet for this. So we're going to do this discovery together. Okay. And when you walk away, it'll give you a good idea of what we're facing. It's part of the cleanup. Like I said, we won back in May. There was a huge victory. Now it's just the cleanup process. And part of that is our end. Our end is doing the cleanup process. Okay. So I'm going to do a share screen and let's dig into this. Okay. There we go. Let me get the first one up. All right. Here we go. Off to the races. All right. This whole QAnon thing. This video in particular, I want you to take a look at. This is the channel that is putting out the QAnon videos. This one says the Luciferian reign is over. And indeed it is. It is over. Problem is, part of the playbook of this virus, this evil on our planet, part of their playbook is financing and having control over opposed opposition. That's what QAnon is. QAnon exposes the Luciferian agenda in this video. But part of the cosmic laws and part of their own, and they know what the cosmic laws are, is they have to tell the truth mixed in with their lies. Okay? They have to. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because their own belief system tells them as long as they tell at least one truth amongst their lies, it releases them from any karmic debt. Okay? They play all sides of the narrative. Let me repeat. They play all sides. They control. You hear of COINTELPRO? Many, many, many of the channels on YouTube are COINTELPRO. Okay? They are guaranteed 100% backed by the virus. If you want to know, there's a lot of small channels that will investigate these people and expose them. So if you want to know if the channel you're watching is telling you the truth or not, all you have to do is Google it. That's all you have to do. I guarantee you there's been one person or another that has found out the truth and exposed that channel for what they really are. They're just another side of the virus. And the virus plays all sides. That way they control the narrative. They control everybody's every thought. So even if you escaped the regular mainstream news and you're looking at some of these news channels, these alt news channels, you can almost bank that the majority are controlled by the narrative. Okay? So even they're all fake news. Okay? There's very few that I've run across that are not. One channel that I am 100% certain that is not is Truth Stream Media. They do excellent work, and they've actually even put out a full-length movie. Anyway, this particular channel is releasing these QAnons, and they tell the truth in this video about the left, okay? Because they control, let me tell you something, they control the Democrats, they control the Republicans, they control pretty much every leader of every country on this planet. When you start paying attention to what's happening after watching this video, you're going to see what I'm talking about playing out. And they control every side of it. Because as long as they control every side of it, think about this, they always win. Okay? They always win because they're controlling all sides. So they're controlling the Democratic side, the Republican side, and trust me, there's not a political party in the US or anywhere else that has not been infiltrated by the virus. Evil, okay? This video, someone posted today, and I just wanted to kind of, this is the guy, okay? Supposedly producing these videos. I don't know who this guy is or if that's even his real name. And this video is quite impressive because it does expose the left and their shenanigans. Okay. Now, one thing I want to impress upon you all these people are, in their eyes, all these people are expendable. So if it suits them or serves their purpose, the ones working for the virus, they're expendable. So the minute one of them wakes up and starts speaking out against them, you notice that they suddenly die. They suddenly don't exist anymore, right? Death is a lie too, but that's beside the point. They shut them up one way or another. Drugs, you name it. Okay? So keep that in mind. And I'm going to go through this video real quick because you all can go look at it. I'm not going to link this video under my channel because they're not worthy. The only reason I'm even using this is so that you all understand what is happening here. Now, this video goes into great depth on exposing the left side, okay? But they have to tell the truth, okay? Remember what I told you. They have to mix even a tiny fraction of the truth inside their lies. And so most of the video is true, okay? but they also have to tell who they really are. And if you really pay attention, you'll pick up the cues. Now, Q is exposing the left while bolstering the right, okay? Because what's happening on this planet is people are waking up, and so that they can control the narrative, because they don't want you waking up, okay? They don't want that to happen. They control the narrative by uh, let they just I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. They control the narrative with exposing, like I said, the left side has become basically, they're going to be a sacrificial lamb to appease those that have awakened. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying there when I say this? They are expendable. So these people that are working for the virus, these people working for the virus, they don't see you as, they see you as cattle, nothing more, something to feed from your energy. And that's no joke. On a spiritual level, that's exactly what's happening. They're feeding from your fear, from all the trauma, okay? Now I'm keeping an eye on this video while I'm talking to you all. That's why I kind of stop, and it's like, okay, where was I? What was I going to say? um, because I'm trying to keep an eye on this video so I can stop it at a certain point. Because there's a couple of things I'm going to point out to you all. Remember, I've discussed that I have a very, very high level of perception. Things don't get by me easy. And I read people. I read body language. I read their thoughts. I can tell what the person is thinking at just a 2-second glance. And it's not just their body language. I'm reading them. It's beyond body language. And in just a couple of seconds time, I can assess the emotion that is coming from that person, and even the thoughts that might be going through their head. So I'm trying to get up to a point, because there's a couple of spots in this particular video that I'm going to point out, because we're going to expose who Q is. And oh, here we go with the trauma. Let's remind everybody about Kennedy. Man, they love to tug your heartstrings, people. They really enjoy tugging that trauma out of you. I'm going to teach you all how to quit feeding this virus. I never had any plans of doing a video like this, but far too many people are searching for their savior. And you're searching in the wrong place. If you're looking for a government or a political official to save you, you're sadly mistaken, because they are all infiltrated. The entire system is infiltrated. All of it. There might be 1% of the people that are in government, high offices, that may not be affected, but I wouldn't bank on that either. I would consider that it's probably less than that. There might be a few, but it'd be very few. And they do all kinds of things to make them work for the virus. Blackmail is one of their favorite tricks. They love blackmail. That's all kinds of fun. And they will entrap people and make them feel like they have no choice but to work for the virus. Others enjoy working for the virus, and they are pure evil. That's all I can tell you. They are just pure evil. Now, I'm going to point out a couple of things in this video as soon as it gets there. A couple of things that I noticed here. And I don't want to skip through it real fast because I want to make sure that you all understand what is happening and what I am seeing so that you can see it for yourself and you'll recognize it down the road if they try to use these manipulation tactics on you again, because they are master manipulators. Master manipulators. You notice how they are using Kennedy to tug at your heartstrings. Just keep watching. You all can actually go watch this video if you want to know what the left is really up to, what they've been doing, the bad stuff that they do. But trust me, it's all sides playing this game. And it's all the virus. And it's all about, it doesn't matter which side wins because they control it all. And everybody is expendable in their book. Okay? Everybody. The plan. I hope it comes up pretty quick. There's a frame in this video where our current sitting POTUS is with an audience of Q, with people. He's speaking at an engagement, and there's an audience with people wearing QAnon shirts. And there's something I want you to see. And it's just a short, tiny, because these are tons of jump cuts in here, okay? And if I try to fast forward through this video, you all will miss it, okay? Oh yeah, we got to get the Trump plane in there. Yep. Got to do that. Wow. Just keep watching. Oh, look at that. They're good friends, the left and the right. Because behind closed doors, that's really the case. Because they're all working for the same virus. When you hear that one song that Rush did All the World's Indeed a Stage. We are merely players. That's no joke. These people are actors on a stage. Just like that. See that? The strings on, yep. It's all about that. But it's not just the left, and it's not just the right. It's the whole entire trauma-based system we got going on here. I wish I knew exactly where that was. It shows Trump with all these supporters. Is this it? No. Dang it, these jump cuts. I hate this because I'm afraid I'll miss it and not show you guys what I saw. Anyway, he's standing in front of a bunch of people, QAnons, and the look, it was a body language thing. It wasn't just the look on his face. I wonder if it was that other video that was posted that was in. Oh yeah, we're going to show a picture of an angel in the video to elicit hope. These people sicken me. They sicken the Creator. They sicken Adonai and they sicken Gabriel. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, there's a great awakening. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's one of the parts I wanted to show you right there. Woo! There we go. What's that? Any of you know who that is? Let's see. Kek? Those memes that started showing up? Remember the visitor I had in my bedroom that I discussed on the different experiences I've had with um, different types of entities? Look familiar, perhaps? All you have to do is visit my video where I talk about that thing that visited my bedroom. Looks very uncanny, huh? Looks just like what I drew, does it not? The big eyes, very wide mouth. Yeah. Cartoon character. Keep watching. Here. I'll make that bigger so you guys can see it. The Great Awakening, all right. This is going to be the Great Awakening right here because what I'm going to show you guys is the Great Awakening and not QAnon. Okay? You saw that, right? I bet it was in that other video. There's a moment where he's standing there amongst a bunch of people wearing QAnon shirts in the crowd. And he has this expression on his face, and the body language is telling me what goes through his mind was like the cat that ate the canary. They fell for it. Ha, 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 kind of thing. And I'm not joking. That's exactly the demeanor and what came across. That's how I read it 100%. I bet it's in that other video. Anyway, the thing in this video particularly I wanted to show you was Kek. So Q is putting Kek in their video, okay? They have to tell the truth, right? Mixed it up with rest of their fabrications, etc. Trust the plan, Mike. Oh. I'm trying not to be angry. Trust me, you all should be. But not the kind of anger where you run out and do stupid things. You gotta be smart. Because trust me, the virus has been playing this game a good long while. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing a minute, and I am going to find that other video because I want you to see this body language I'm telling you about. Let me find it. I think it's this one. I will find it. Give me just a moment. Then another one of the videos coming out of the same YouTube channel. And we're going to expose who Q is. QAnon, you're done. Done and done. Had enough of people being misled, and just because they're seeking answers and they're looking for a savior. I can tell you what you really need to be doing. Yeah, I'm betting it's in this video. Oh, yeah. Sorry I didn't have these time stamped and all figured out yet, but I would have liked this to have been a little smoother. Get the point across quicker. I will find it, I promise you. More rhetoric. It's all rhetoric. Seems like. Luckily, this is a shorter video, so hopefully I'll find it quicker. Because I wanted to point out the body language to you guys so you see what I'm looking at. Tell you what, I'll share screen while I'm doing this so you guys can get a look at this video too. I think I'll do it. There we go. This is another one of their videos. Yeah, there's some truth in there. Divided you are weak. But they're in their very videos, they're trying to divide you because they're trying to divide Democrats and Republicans even further. Thing is, all of you need to stop affiliating yourself with any political party because they are all infiltrated, all of them. Yeah, turn them off. Turn all of them off, including these people, including this mess, this nightmare. Oh, did I miss it? I must have missed it. Dang it. It's in one of those two videos. Either the Luciferian agenda is over or you're witnessing the largest mass treason event in history. Yeah, you're going to, but it's not going to be behind Q. Excuse me. Still haven't reloaded my Windows yet. Anyway, it's in there. He's standing at one of his speaking engagements. There's people in the audience. Just watch his body language and his facial expressions. The cat that ate the canary. Okay. So in the other video, I showed you that QAnon put Kek in the video. There's a reason. Okay. Now, this is a good friend of mine. Her channel is Affected Collective. Her channel is based on the Mandela effect. And this video that she did on Kek and the whole thing surrounding Kek, you really, 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 all this material I'm presenting, you need to take a look at. If you really want to be awake and really want to know what's going on here, you need to look at this information, all of it. Now I'm going to play this for a minute.
It's not devastating on any one day, but it seems like we're getting to the death by 1,000 cuts feel.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States. All these polls are a joke.
The mimetic and occult attacks upon Hillary Clinton involves literally tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of participants, some of which are aware of what's happening, many of which are not.
On this, there are easy tactics. I know them. How to get more voice and virality to messaging that we're not using as a government to get counter messages out there. And there's something about memes, to get memes to go more viral. Look at their fancy memes compared to what we're not doing.
All key tenets making up the emerging racist ideology known as the alt-right. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about how Pepe the Frog, the meme, became the emergence of an ancient Egyptian deity that manifested through the hate from that election. And apparently it's not going back, it's just getting stronger. As much as I'm tired of the lies from our government and the spirit cooking and everything that they do, I think now more than ever, it's time to choose wisely what we put our heart into, what we identify ourselves with, because it might just be the only forever choice we ever make. So anyway, let's talk about Kek. Kek around 2010 became popular on 4chan as a way to say LOL, K-E-K. It's Korean. And about that same time, about 2010, a sad-looking cartoon frog began to trend on 4chan, which is an underground message board. So Pepe the Frog and Kek the Giggle were both part of 4chan's identity at the time that they chose Donald Trump as their candidate of choice because they were fed up with politics. Who can blame them? So 4chan kind of merged these memes together into Pepe the Frog, Kek, Donald Trump. Then it started getting weird. So every 4chan post that is made gets assigned an 8-digit numerical stamp, and that number represents the post's entry position on the entire posting lineage of the image board. Because it's a random roll, when a poster gets repeated digits, it's called dubs or trips or quads and so on, and that's called a get. Like, yay, you got it. So people sometimes bet on whether they're going to get doubles. And it started happening a lot that Trump posts would get frequent gets or dubs or whatever. So that got noticed because it was celebrated every time. Then the unthinkable happened. On 6/19/16, someone posted Trump will win, and all 8 digits of the timestamp were 7s.
I'm going to stop this here. Tell me what you see. Kek. Spelled with a what? Q? As in QAnon? Seriously, folks. QAnon is the same person that started the whole Kek thing. Same person. Q. Kek.
And it brought many dubs, and everyone pretty much freaked out. And that was one of the first times it felt really real. And then come to find out, Kek is actually an Egyptian deity, a frog-headed one. And more specifically, Kek, also spelled K-U-K or K-E-K-U, is the deification of the primordial concept of darkness in the ancient Egyptian religion, represented by a frog-headed man or, in female form, a snake-headed woman. They are a symbol of darkness and also represented obscurity and the unknown, and thus chaos. And also, it was seen that they came in just before dawn, so they were the bringer in of light, which made me think of Lucifer right away, the bearer of light. But everybody associated it with the Make America Great Again Trump stand. And it was about that time that a little statuette was found on Amazon in a vendor called Ancient Treasures that was mislabeled a Kek statue of a frog, but it was actually bearing the hieroglyphs for the frog goddess Heket. And interestingly enough, the hieroglyphics look like a person sitting at a computer and something is manifesting like a DNA helix on the other side of the computer. How appropriate for Kek, who is the deification of darkness, coming into being, manifesting. And that means manifesting through people being on their computers in a community and putting their emotions into a frog-like figure whose name is Kek or Kuk, and associated with this election and things like that. So very much mean magic, and doesn't need you to believe in it to work. That's the thing about magic. And I don't think it's any accident that this was a mislabeled Kek statue that was actually Heket, a female frog. I think that this was a ceremonious birthing ritual that was brought up by this deity, its deification process itself. I'll try to explain. Heket, who was the little statue of the mislabeled Kek statue of the frog that had been found, had the hieroglyphs of Heket, who was in ancient Egyptian theology the goddess of fertility, who was depicted as a frog, but later she became known as the goddess of resurrection because she was known to have breathed life into Horus, who was the son and resurrection of Osiris, who is depicted as a very green centerpiece of the ancient Egyptian mythology. And I was kind of surprised that he's incredibly green, like green as Pepe the Frog, you could say. And I always thought he was black-skinned or maybe blue because he's associated with death and resurrection, but he's green venomer. So that was surprising to me. And you may notice his headpiece looks rather phallic. At this point, everybody started stocking up on these little statues, and they would sit at their computers and make memes. And the little goddess of resurrection, Heket, would, well, I don't know, meme magic Kek into existence, maybe. Anyway, people went frog crazy, and there were all kinds of praise Kek, this and that, and shrines and everything. But let's go ahead and get back to the story. The 777, the 8 sevens post, which oddly enough had the word Kek in it. Yeah, is known as the prophecy of Kek, and then the statue was found with the hieroglyphs. By now, everybody's praying to Kek, like for real seriously. Pepe had pretty much gone from feels good man to feels bad man to smug Pepe, and there were all kinds of dank memes of Pepe's, and man, there were new species of frogs discovered all over the place. And
okay, I'm gonna stop that there. Okay. So would you think of that? QAnon is the same bunch that started the whole Kek thing. We're talking about the virus here. We're talking about evil. They're using magic, dark arts against everybody. Part of the little tricks they have in their bag. Well, think about this. Good evening, Peter. Think about this. Who would have that inside information? Who is Q? Same person that started the whole Kek Pepe thing, right? Making cartoon images of Trump. Looking like Kek. It's his people. Who else do you think it is? It's either him directly or his people. That's who Q is. Now, I don't think he's personally putting together those videos, but I guarantee you he knows about them. Guaranteed. They control all sides of the narrative. And we're going to go on because you're going to discover some more this evening. That isn't all you're going to get an eyeful of. Okay? Yes, it all stems back to the ancient text. That's what I said. This is a spiritual war. They have messed. They own the publishing houses. They own all the media outlets. They have messed with the ancient text. I knew it instinctively when I was a kid. Knew it. You all did. You had questions when you were reading your Bible. Questions people couldn't answer. Right? It's because the texts were very manipulated. And then the churches were taught to teach doctrine that was incorrect, perpetuating the virus's lies. Okay? Now, I'm going to start exposing what's really behind all of this. Now I've exposed Q, Anon. We know who you are, Q. We know who you are, Kek. And I'm going to expose all you evil, horrible people on this planet that have been lying and misleading the human beings on this planet. Part of my job. It's part of my mission. My mission is multi-pronged. Part of it is waking people up to what they really, truly are, because you've been lied to. You're far more powerful, far more powerful than you were ever told by a long shot. Anyway, let's continue. I'm going to drop some more knowledge. Here we go. All right. For those of you that still think, oh, President Trump, our president, our dear, dear POTUS couldn't possibly be the bad side. Like I said, this virus has infiltrated everything on this planet. Every religion, all the educational systems, all your governments. No, I'm not joking. Now, those of you that think that Trump is here to save you, I'm sorry. I'm so, so sorry, because I know you're going to be very upset when I get done. Because it's just more of the lies and more of the controlling the narrative thing that's been going on, and your eyes are going to be very open. Okay? I want you to watch this. Watch closely. Watch what happens here. Okay? Let's watch that again. Let's watch that again. Let's watch it again. Get it through your heads. This virus has infiltrated everything. And yes, all roads lead to Rome. This is a dinner that was pre-election. Okay? Pre-election. Guess who just got picked as your president? What you just saw right there? Let me play it again. I'll play it one more time. See the nudge? See the head nod? He acknowledged that he just got picked. I guarantee it. And who picked him? It wasn't your votes. I can tell you that right now. You know about the pedo stuff and the Catholic Church. The virus infiltrated, okay? The virus infiltrated all the religions. Let me repeat, all the religions, including the New Age movement, including it, all of them. They control the narrative. They keep denominational fights going. They want Christians and Muslims to fight. They want Christians to make fun of New Agers. They want that adversity happening at all times because it keeps your eye off of what is really going on behind the scenes because you're too busy bickering among each other to open your eyeballs and use your brains. The president just got picked in that picture. It wasn't your votes. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. See those people all standing there in that room? Let me introduce you to the virus. Because everybody that attended that dinner is part of the virus. Or they wouldn't have been invited to that dinner. Get my drift? Also know that everybody standing in that room is expendable. Okay? Many of them know they're taking a risk working for the virus. But they have the thought, oh, it won't be me. I won't be next. I won't get off for the convenience of the virus. But let me tell you something. There's nobody that's safe. Nobody. All right, let me show you some more. Here's another thing that proves who QAnon aka Kek, is.
Later, the president tweeted 5 out of 5 for the Q used it, and then later the president
Back it up.
and earlier that Q said some other things that are mapped to the past very well, but not predictive. Somebody mentioned earlier that Q said something like 5:5, and that's some kind of I don't know, there's a military background for what that means. Q used it, and then later the president tweeted 5 out of 5 for the election. And so Q says, haha, see, there's no way that could be a coincidence. I said 5:5. President said 5 out of 5.
Oh, what do we have here? Q said 5 out of 5, and then the president used the exact same thing in a tweet. Could that be possible? Could our president possibly be doing these things? Bank on it. Bank on it. Bank on it. Also, I recommend watching this video for those of you that think that there would be an interest in joining any sort of movements of any kind, because trust me, they're all infiltrated. Okay? They're all infiltrated. Any cults or movements of any kind, because this is what you're up against. You're selling your soul. Literally. The videos that I'm presenting here, except for the first two, you can go look at those if you choose. Be my guest. But Affected Collective and this video by Scott Adams, his channel is Man of All Creation. Excellent videos. Do visit those because they will help you prevent from being misled and misguided. Not all of you have the benefit of having psychic abilities like I do, or the benefit of having Adonai and Gabriel. So I'm trying to arm you with information and things that'll help you spot this stuff so that you don't fall for it. Okay. So do visit this. It's How to Know the Truth About Q. Okay. And do visit Affected Collective. The links are in the description for these videos. Do visit these channels, these videos. Her channel, I recommend subbing. She's not super active, but she's a wonderful person and she's doing the right thing by all of us. Okay. I'll go ahead and take that down. Take that down. Now, I'm going to give you all a lesson in their playbook. If you want to know what their playbook is and the rules that they go by, there's some things that you all need to see. Keep in mind, they're going to use specific terms in here. Evil is evil, no matter what the label is. I call it the virus. Okay? And do remember that all your text, all your ancient text, your Bibles, everything has been tampered with. Everything. So keep that in mind. But one thing I can tell you for sure, that their playbook, they're using that playbook. And this is the playbook. It's called the Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. Back when I was doing my radio show, I did a huge series about the protocols. This link is going to be in the description below for you to visit. It's lengthy. It's all audio, so there's nothing for you to have to watch. You can listen to this while you're cleaning or working or whatever you're doing. I highly, highly recommend you visit this because it's the playbook that they're using. Okay? There's also a movie. And I don't think I got the link in the description. I'll get that done after the stream. But this channel, asterisk Jake 12399, has this, and it's the protocols. It's a movie about the whole thing, and it tells the story quite well. But do keep in mind, this isn't something that's just happening today, here and now, or the past 20 years. This is something, this virus, this evil, has been going on for eons. A very, very long time. And it's up to us to wake up to what's going on here and stop feeding this virus. There's also going to be a link to the written documentation on the protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. And it's on a website called BibleBelievers.org. And this is the actual written material on their website that exposes these protocols. There's an introduction and all kinds of things here. It is well worth your time. And I believe that this video right here basically outlines what's in here. So if you have trouble reading, if your eyesight is a problem or anything like that, you can just listen to this and it'll give you a pretty good deal of what's going on, okay, with what's here on this webpage. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen and catch up with you guys and see how things are going. Okay, let's see. Check the chat. Hello, Miss Gabrielle. It's so good to see you. I see your sparkles, by the way. I do watch you all. Hello, Miss Kim. It's good to see you, sweetheart. I do watch as many videos as I can from everybody that comes here. So I'm just reading through what you guys put down. Anyway, their Luciferian agenda is over. And if you all look at those protocols and you learn their tactics and their methods, it'll help you keep from falling prey to the virus, basically. But I thought it was really important that I share this with all of you. And this is what we're up against. And this virus, this evil, is not just something that's happening on this planet. It's happening on a multi-dimensional scale. And that's what Adonai, Gabriel, and I have been working to rectify. And many others. Many others. But my personal team, we've been working hard. Sleep is not a thing in my book. Not very much of it anyway, very little. Oh, thank you. You're on the right path. It's worth it. The infection is energy based. Yes, this is a spiritual war. It's a war for your souls. It really is. And my job is to make this transition of people waking up as easy as possible. And part of that is exposing the virus for those that aren't aware of it. And the other part is helping you all remember who and what you truly are. You're made in the image of the Creator. Having political affiliations, having religious affiliations, all that, it's time to throw all that to the side, because as long as they keep you divided with those walls, those imaginary walls, they win. Yes, my internal. Hello, Pat. It's very good to see you. I only saw that material one time, and I have an internal radar that when I get exposed to something that is inherently part of the virus, my inside alarm bells go ding, 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 ding. And it's like, I can't even hardly hold still when that happens. And my alarm bells were going off. It was the only time because I just newly found that material. And that was the one and only time I had seen it. And every fiber of my being was telling me it's part of the virus. So you all have to be very, very careful. And really, I mean, everybody's looking for a savior. Everybody's looking for answers, because we all feel desperate during this time. But we did win. And now it's up to us down here on the planet to do our end of the deal to get rid of this virus. So on a dimensional and astral level, the big wins have happened. And now it's the cleanup process. Yeah. I do hope so, to answer your question, Pat. It's many people jumped on that bandwagon. And we're almost, if you notice during the streams, when people would even suggest that it might be something other than good, they got jumped on for even suggesting it. And the thing that everybody has to remember is these deities, this evil, these beings will do everything they can. There's nothing they won't try when they know they've lost us. They're trying to win us back. And people are so hungry for answers because they're not getting them in their churches. They know, let's put it this way, they know something in their life is missing. And I'll tell you what that is. It's your power. Your power is missing. Why do you think teenagers dabble or get interested in the dark arts? Because they're lost. They don't have their power. They're lost. And the churches aren't teaching them about their power, the true them, the real them, what's inside you, the real you. You're made in the image of the Creator. You're infinite beings. You have abilities. You have power. And it's far, far superior to any of the dark dabblings by a long shot. But the reason they go that direction is because they've lost their power. They feel it. They know they've lost something. And they're seeking it. They're seeking their power. Okay? Like I said, I'm here to remind you who and what you really are. I'm here to keep you all from making these mistakes, I hope. I mean, it's free will. It's all about free will. Some people walk away from this video thinking, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And that's a shame. I feel for them. I don't feel for me. I feel for them. They've lost their power. Totally. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not here to control you. I'm here to remind you just how magnificent you guys really are. It's my job. Yes, set yourself free. Exactly. But I wanted you all to see those videos. And I exposed QAnon and Kek. These beings aren't good. They're very negative. And they feed off of negative energy. And when you all realize just how powerful you are, you'll be above it all. You'll literally be above it all, and you'll quit feeding them that any energy at all. And it's like I've described. If you quit feeding something, what happens? What happens? It starves. You don't have to pick up a gun. You don't have to do anything except for remember who and what you really are. It's super easy, but complicated at the same time because the virus has done an extremely good job at programming and manipulating all of you. That's right. Every time I come up against something negative, the only time I haven't has been higher level negative deities. And because they've been running the show for so long, they became emboldened. Ergo, stupid. And forgot that their power is not near what ours is. Not even close. So yes, no fear. No fear. Because when you guys realize just how powerful you are, it wipes fear right off the planet. One of their favorite foods, I might add, the virus, the evil. Well, I can tell you why there's an increase in the negative going on right now. Because the negative virus is in its death throes. And what happens when something knows it's losing its grasp? What would it do? It would do about anything it could, right? To keep a hold and keep its grasp. We are its food source, quite literally. So it's going to be throwing everything it's got. Okay? It's going to be throwing every trick in the book at everybody. Exactly. So the thing is remembering who and what you are, and hang tight, hang tough, because it will be over with soon. Yeah, they're very determined, but we must be as well. The thing is, there's a tipping point, and waking enough people up is the tipping point. Like I keep telling you guys, the tiny snowballs that start an avalanche. Okay? We are the snowballs that start the avalanche. So make sure, if you know other people, please bring them to this information, bring them to this channel. They've got to be aware of this. The more people that are awake, the faster this process will be over with. And we'll be rid of this virus once and for all. And it won't be these illusionary wins. Okay? Because like after World War II, everybody thought that we won. We won. No, you didn't. You didn't win. I hate to tell you. All those wars, nobody won. It's all about the virus. Unfortunately, Sir Neo got misled by Sam as well, so I have reservations about including him on my material. And that's just because he evidently does not have my abilities. Because if he did, his warning bells would have been going off. Anyway, I've got more code videos coming up. Messages from Adonai and Gabriel. Well, messages from Gabriel specifically. He's the one doling out the numbers. So, and he is the messenger. He does live up to his name. But, and I also have some videos to help you all with coping and seeking your sovereignty and your true power. So, anyway, I'm going to get going. I've got other prior obligations I got to take care of, but I so enjoy hanging out with you all. You have no idea. It makes my day when I'm around with all of you just yakking and talking about stuff like this. Because getting the word out to everybody, that's important. Letting them all know what's really going on this planet. It's not pretty. It's very ugly. Anyway, remember, do that inner work, finding your innocence, the true you, and bring it out for all the world to see. Okay? And that you are super powerful beings. Super powerful. Okay? Keep that in mind. And if you have any questions, my email address is criticalbreak@outlook.com. And yeah, Q. It took me to expose Q. So I understand why people fell for it. Sometimes you have to have some extra gifts and help. Anyway, blessings, peace, and from my inner innocence, out past the stars and back 1,000 times. I adore you all. And that means adoration and love. All right. Anyway, have an excellent night, and I'll talk to you all very soon. Okay. Later.